followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Seiler.
Father God, we thank you for your kindness in bringing us all together today. Though we may not know what this meeting holds, we know that you do. As we begin, Lord, help us to keep your word in mind. Lead us into conversations that are fruitful and enrich the lives of those who are here today. When we are undecided, please lead us in your wisdom. When our opinions may disagree, help us to remain respectful to one another. More than anything, Lord, would you help us both to seek your will and to pursue your glory through all that we say and do. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I call the meeting to order for agenda business. First item on the agenda is public comment. Anybody for public comment?
No, sir.
All right. We'll wait until she.
Thank you.
Did you have anything you want to talk about on public comment, or?
I'm happy to speak during public comment, or if you want to wait until I got to the agenda item.
All right, sounds good.
That's fine.
All right, minutes from our meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our June the 1st meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the June 1st meeting minutes as submitted.
So motion on the floor is to approve the minutes from our June 1st meeting as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, reports. Sheriff.
Only one thing I know of right now is, last night, Mark Howe, my chief court security officer, had to come in and meet a truck driver, and if you noticed, if you're coming in the back, there are a couple, scanning, metal detectors back there. It'll be one for the magistrate court and one for the, family court building. So.
Is that provided through the grant?
That's provided through a grant. We went ahead and had them, they've been ordered for months. And, they're supposed to have been here a couple different times, but they came yesterday late because he got stuck in traffic in Fairmont, so, we'll get those put in, I guess, once we figure out who's gonna do what with that.
I was gonna ask if you had enough court security officers to cover it.
New budget provides for that, to be able to man those. We just need to figure out who's gonna get them installed. Master Court's probably gonna take a little bit of, coordination over there in that entrance to make it work. Yeah.
And then the one down here, we're gonna put it on the first floor?
It'll be on the first floor so that everybody comes in that building will be screened so that this building's secure all the way through.
Because now they go up to the second floor and get screened.
They go to the second floor now, which I don't understand, but that's just how it was set up at the time, so.
That was before our time.
We're gonna put it downstairs, so when you come in the foyer, you'll be screened as you come through that way, and then everybody in the building will be secure.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Do you have anything from 911 you want to report on?
Just a couple things I can talk to you guys after meeting about, nothing, just some updates on some
Alright.
things, so.
Brenda, do you have anything from your office? Did you get anything from the Air Mountain report?
No.
You sure? All
I haven't
right.
been there for a couple weeks.
I'll try to keep it out. All right, correspondence. Is there any correspondence?
Aaron?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He did that on purpose.
That was on purpose. Aaron.
You can just take it. I don't wanna say
Aaron.
nothing.
No, sorry. That was.
Okay, Aaron, you got something to say?
Well, you can just look at the reports, I sit back down.
No.
Alright, currently, we have 101 individuals on our program. We have 30 so far this fiscal year as full participants, 89 as a condition of bond, 19 services, 10 from parole, 3 that are check-ins and drug screens. We have had 13 from probation. We've had 87 complete our program. We've had 62 terminate from the program, 21 re-enter in the program. We've had 15 individuals attend rehab. We have done 1,283 community service hours. We've done 17,120 employment hours. We've had 7 out of 8 individuals complete our domestic violence program. We've administered with just our people 2,414 drug screens, where 341 are positive, which gives us 2,073 negatives. With the community service hours, we saved the county $11,226.25. We've collected $28,922. With the regional jail bill, we saved the county $1,417,199. So with the community service saving and the regional jail bill, we saved the county $1,428,499. $125.25. Of our 101 individuals, we have 19 full corrections, 51 on bond, 15 services, 1 check-in, 14 for probation, and 1 for parole. Of our 19 full corrections, we have 13 employed, 2 unemployed. One of those is working on her disability, but haven't got it yet. 2 on the run and 2 on disability.
So how many's on the run?
With just full people, there's 2, but there are more that are also on bond.
So, was it not, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Sheriff Brady was here, we didn't have anybody on the run, did we?
Not all the time. But those are only full participants, so.
I'm kidding, of course, don't put that in
On video.
Okay,
I'm sure Mark's
so,
watching too, so.
with our budget, I actually did this once, and just as I completed it, the mail lady came in with 2 checks, so I had to redo it, which was good. So, with our, minus our grant, with our expenses, we have spent $60,799.98 in community corrections. We've brought in $29,097, that includes that, fee from one of those, destruction of property. So we usually will never, be able to collect enough to cover that. So RN Enterprises, we brought in $676. Federal probation, we have spent $14,300, we've brought in $34,090. Drug court, we've spent $36,057.03, we've brought in $38,131. DHR, we've spent $111,217.17, we've brought in $300,525. I am working on the last few months, I just got the numbers from DHR, so that we're at least 2 or 3 months behind in billing. But we did receive a check this morning, from them. So they're pretty well caught up, other than me submitting those invoices.
You know why? End of the fiscal year's coming up.
Maybe.
Get everything taken care of.
The juvenile scram, we're still waiting on the Supreme Court to figure out how they're gonna pay us back for that. Parole, we spent $80, but we've brought in $1,353.20. So total expense minus the grant, we spent $222,809.78, but we brought in $403,872.20. So far, we've put $181,062.42 in our account.
Seems like this year, your numbers as far as offenders is down, but,
Yeah.
but if you do the percentage of completion to the number of offenders, you're much higher, completion rate this year.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I will say, I was a little confused during grant presentation. I gave a little presentation and then they asked
Mhm.
questions, and Stephanie Bond, who's, one of the people ahead of Supreme Court, like probation, I don't understand why she asked me this question, but she asked me why our termination was so high. And I didn't really understand at the time. She asked when our completion is higher, so I don't know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
And as a commission, we appreciate all the savings and the money that you bring in, because we operate on about a $10.5 million budget. Outside wages, just like in any business, wages is your number 1 expense line of your budget. And that includes all the county employees, but outside that, one of the biggest expenses that we have is the regional jail bill.
Right.
And we roughly spend over $120,000 a month, or roughly about $1.5 million a year, on paying that regional jail bill. So not a lot of people understand that, and so when you have a county that as big as Randolph is, and as many employees that we have, and programs that we try to fund, you operate on $10.5 million, and 1.5 of that automatically goes, because the legislatures, I think they tried to this time, although they got through, to make that the commission is held personally responsible if that jail bill is not paid. So then we operate on $9 million budget. And again, wages is your number 1 expense, just like in any business. So any savings that we can get, we really appreciate.
And I tried to, when I noticed that the numbers are down, I try to talk with the magistrates and the judge to
Because
give us some more.
we just got information, and I think the new rate for this year, I think is $58. If your regional jail is at 85% capacity, it's $58 a day is what we pay for an inmate. And then if you're 100%, it goes up to like maybe say 68, and then if you're 110%, it goes up to like $78 per person that we pay for that. So again, over $100,000 a month is what we pay out to the regional jail, and then about $1.5 million a year. So
It's gonna go up.
it's going up. So everything goes up. But again, that's a big hit on our budget. So thanks for the savings.
Alright,
Thank you. All right, did I miss anything else? All right. Now, there's no correspondence, right, Brooks, sorry. Announcements, our next regular meeting is July the 6th, and the courthouse will be closed on Monday and Tuesday for June 19th on Monday, and then West Virginia Day on Tuesday. So, short week for some county employees. And then I just wanna say congratulations to the winners in Tuesday's night election for the city of Elkins and city council. There's some new voices going to the council, and we look forward to, as a commission, working with everyone on the council. And again, congratulations. It's something, it takes a lot to put yourself out there to run in an election, whether it's for a commission or a city council or mayor or whatever. So my hat's off to those who did and that won, so congratulations. Next item on the agenda is items for discussion and action. First one is an information presentation funding request from County Family Resource Network.
She couldn't make it today, that one should probably be tabled.
All right, so do we have a motion to table item A,
I'll make a motion to table it until next meeting, or
or when she can make the next
Yes.
meeting? All right, so motion on the floor is to table item A. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, next one is information presentation funding request from Huttonsville North Church Volunteer Fire Department, Rodney McAtee. I talked to Rodney. He did not have the information. What he's looking for is they have to meet a new standard, and everyone provided some mask, and I think they needed 9 or 10 of those. He did not have an itemized bill like we would need to see what we could help with. So until he gets us that information, I'm asking that we table item B. So
Yeah,
I have a motion.
I'll make a motion to table item B.
Yeah, those
Motion
masks
floor is
been
to-
good for so long,
Huh?
like 10 years, and all the masks are good for all the fire departments have to replace.
Yeah, there's a new mandate that he has to have so many, and they don't have that funding. So I told him we would look at it, but we needed actually how much the actual cost is gonna be, so.
Yeah, I spoke to one of them on that, and I told him we probably wouldn't be able to cover them all, but we might be able to help out with a couple.
So motion on the floor is to table item B. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, item C is consider approval funding request from Colton Days. Do we have, where's the folder at?
Budgets. That's far for you.
You've taken too long off, you know, you
I
can't
know.
put the folder straight.
We're all good.
Should be good over there.
These are budgets and these are fire for you.
He's the longest term commissioner too, you should know what the folders are.
It was my fault.
obviously don't allow
Oh,
that there. See,
good.
don't blame
I
him.
told you.
He was trying, but they
Yeah,
were
good
not
picture.
there.
Wasn't here.
You can get a picture.
I'm gonna get one lead.
I'm just kidding, don't do that. Told me a picture by him.
It'll make it look better.
Huh. I want more votes, I don't wanna lose votes.
Find out who your competitor is and get that tape bill.
Yeah. All right, so I can talk about some of this. Jim Rossi, again, has approached the commission as he has done in several years past. He could not be here today. Colton Days is June the 24th. It brings a lot of people throughout the state back to that area. It's a good day by all. He usually has some big names there. So he's asking for funding. Do we have that letter?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, good commissioners, I'm here to represent Colton Days 2023. The annual Colton Day celebration is an old-fashioned get-together of friends, families to celebrate our culture and heritage. The celebration has grown tremendously over the past 27 years and hopefully will continue On this, our 28th year Colton Days has generated a lot of excitement and revenue for the area, which is evident. Unfortunately, the cost has also increased, but our budget has not. We appeared before the commission and asked for any supplemental funds from the commission. We are appreciative and grateful the commission has agreed to fund, well, we haven't done that yet, but he's looking for funding for it. So this is something that we can take from Hotel Motel, because they do bring a lot of people into the county. Do we have a motion to approve funding request for Colton Days?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the funding request for Colton Days in the amount of $10,000 to be taken from Hotel Motel.
All right, so motion on the floor is approved Mayor Rossi's, motion to, for his funding request for Colton Days in the amount of $10,000 taken from Hotel Motel. Any further discussion? Now, I'm gonna abstain for this because I'm a second cousin to him, so I'm not gonna vote on this. I'll abstain. So, all in favor?
Aye.
I abstain from it. All right. I don't wanna be,
Okay.
all right. Next item on the agenda is consider approval of funding request from 4-H. Anybody here from 4-H? All right, letter.
No, there you go.
We've had a meeting with Don and some, Don Swecker and some committee members, board members. I think, was it Lisa Walmsley? No, it was, Amanda Smith
Amanda Smith.
from the board, who's also on the Board of Education, cause she sits on their board. Come talk to us about a shortfall that they have. The Randolph County Park and Recreation Board with 4-H Camp Pioneer would like to formally request funding to complete ongoing projects at Camp Pioneer. Our primary renovation needs, as per conversation on May 18th, include the completion of the boys' dormitory renovation and the bathhouse near the Dankin Arena. Additionally, we need to upgrade the girls' dormitory roof and fire system. In total, we are requesting an amount of $79,500. We believe that the completion of these projects is an investment in the youth of our community. With modern upgrade facilities and amenities, we will be able to attract even more families to the area and beyond. Thank you for considering this request.
Yeah.
Do you have any information you want to talk about on it?
Well, they're having to put in a new fire alarm system in there. The system there is so dated that in order to get replacement parts, they had to replace one fire alarm with $1,100. That between $1,000 and $1,100 for the one alarm. So they need a whole new system there. The bathhouse has been a project that they've done for the last several years. And they're down to the last bit of plumbing work to finish it. So that'll be a nice addition. The boys' dormitories have needed remodeled for probably 50 years. And they're finally getting that all renovated and stuff. So I think it's gonna make a good addition to the camp down there. I think it's really gonna help with bringing in different things. Also with that bathhouse, they're hoping that they might be able to bring in some more rodeo shows and things like that, and some bigger shows. So hopefully this will all work out really well, but it's all gonna be a good addition to the camp. So.
All right, so, I suggest, we can take us from Hotel Motel, and that, was it 39,250?
39,250.
39,250.
The
And then-
39,250 or 50?
No, it's $500, so it'll be 250.
Oh.
39,250.
I'm sorry.
Did you not have Mrs. Walden?
Yes, I did. My mind was somewhere else. Sorry about that.
All right. That we take it for this year, for this fiscal year, and then we can come back and look, after we see how our budget ends, and Hotel Motel in the next couple of months. So, that's my suggestion. So do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve funding request for Camp Pioneer in the amount of $79,500.
Did we not just talk about $39,250?
250.
So, again, please.
Well, 39,250, that's 7850, isn't it? 5? What is it?
Make the motion for 39,250, and let's move on.
You're not even thinking now.
Okay, whatever. 39,250. I'll make a
All right.
motion to approve the funding request for Camp Pioneer in the amount of $39,250 be taken from Hotel Motel.
Okay, so the motion on the floor, to approve the funding request for Camp Pioneer in the amount of $39,250 to be taken from our Hotel Motel line. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, Consider approval of the 2024 VOCA grant supplemental actions. I think we're always doing this.
I know, but this is the application for this upcoming year.
Okay.
So, I'm requesting a total budget of $54,898. $47,398 is in VOCA funds, and then the matching funds from the commission would be $7,500. And that's to cover health insurance. This is a smaller amount than this past year due to decreased funding from VOCA and a change in the medical coverage. In the past, VOCA funds have been state and federal money both, but this year they're not gonna do two separate grants. They're just gonna do federal grants or state grants. So that should make the accounting clerks very happy not to have to mix those together. Just some highlights from the month of May. We provided services to 72 victims, 11 which were brand new, and that's 427 victims for this year so far. I've been attending advisory and advocate meetings to increase our combined efforts in order to provide added support to our victims here. I'm also currently attending the West Virginia State Victims Assistance Academy. It's a 3-week program with online courses and classroom training, and it's been very exciting and informative, and I look forward to putting those skills to good use. Does anybody have any questions?
No, we just truly appreciate what you do,
Thank
because
you.
that means a lot to the people that you help out, so.
Thank you.
We joke about it seems like it's always doing something new, but this is very much needed program for the county.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So we have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2024 VOCA grant and supplemental actions as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the fiscal year 2024 VOCA grant and supplemental actions as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll get to you after the meeting.
Yes.
I have to drop it off.
Thank you.
All right. Aaron, you want to talk about the community corrections grant award?
Sure.
Thank you.
So we got notice, a week or so ago that the governor had given out the Community Corrections Awards. We were awarded again, $100,000, the same as we have been for the last few years, which I was really happy for, cause it looked like there was more grant applications this year. So I'm glad that we didn't get cut. But very happy that they continue to fund us, but, what I did was, what I've done the last few years is put as much as we could with the grant and the cash match, which is $42,857 towards as much of the, employee, of the three of us. Zach is in Community Corrections Fund, so it's paid out of our funding. And we've made it to where, what we have done, what we did last year, and we're gonna do again this year, is the commission just gives their $42,857, and then the rest of the funding will come out of Community Corrections Funds. So, so I'm requesting the approval of, and the signing of the grant, award of $100,000.
Well, we're happy we got the money that we were worried about. Because in the past years, it's dropped a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
So
I was really concerned this year.
I think they found their happy medium, for a while. All right, and then the cash match the county puts in is a $42,857.14.
Well, it's $42,857.
Wait,
Not change.
All right. Motion.
Yeah. Make a motion to approve the Community Corrections Grant Award as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the community corrections grant as submitted, and presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Do you sign now, or?
Bring it up and I'll sign it at the end. With everything else.
There's a resolution she has that Brenda needs to sign.
All right. Jessica,
Yes.
consider signing letter of support for recreational trails program.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me on the agenda. This project that's outlined in the request letter is part of a larger plan, part of a master trail plan. Last year, 2022, City of Elkins was awarded, Appalachian Regional Commission grant in the amount of a little over $70,000. The grant award is $50,000 and the match, the in-kind funds were about $23,000. So that grant was used to create a master trail plan that's in the final stages right now. As we were working through that plan, the company, the design team that we hired to come in identified an area that they felt would be appropriate and sufficient for a tot track and a pump track and a bike skills area, and that's at Glendale Park. So the group that I work with is called the Elkins Area Shared Trails. It's a trail organization. We've been together for about 1.5 years, coming up on 2 years now. And we went to the Parks Commission and asked for permission for use of some property around in Glendale Park, makes kind of an L shape around the skate park, and also for them to be the sponsor of this grant application. And they agreed to both. So right now, I'm not asking for any money today, just simply asking for support of the commission for this recreational project application. It's an RTP grant, it's a Department of Highways Recreational Trails Program grant application.
So you need a letter of support, is that what it is?
You have a letter for us?
I didn't print one because I thought you all might want to put your letterhead on it. It was sent in a Word document.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's what she's getting.
Yeah.
All right, so I think it's a good cause, and we will, and if you come back, maybe we'll have some money for you afterwards. Cause the skate park down there, is there, you know, anything, is there any future, looking to renovate or do anything to that?
I don't know that they're gonna make any changes to it, just from what I've heard through, being at some of the Parks Commission meetings. I don't know if you're familiar, that was, the organization that kind of started that was Youth Empowerment Solutions, probably maybe 10 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's been a while. The last, that I heard from the Parks Commission was that they were willing to kind of maintain what was there, but that they weren't gonna make any additions to it. You know, maybe with the implementation of this project and kind of working around that and attracting some more youth to that area, that might be an impetus for somebody to come in and take that lead. And
Cause I know some people that have come outside, I mean, I never, you know, believed it, but people from, Clarksburg, Bridgeport come down here and use that skate park.
Really?
Cause they go around, they travel over to different skate parks, and they said how dated it was, so.
it could use some attention.
Yeah, I know there's a local business owner downtown from the tattoo shop, I think he's doing some work on it, some drawings and
I
paintings.
think you
that-
did some artwork on the sides of it, yeah.
To
It
try
looks
to help bring it
pretty
up too, so, I mean, that may be something that we could look to partner with too, because, I mean, that helps bring people in, cause I was surprised.
Well, Alice Sabatino had a group that got it going, I thought it did.
Yeah.
Because Maine was a big thing in that, back in the day, bringing that
Yeah.
skate park in, so. Alrighty, so, off subject. So do we have a motion to approve the letter of support as Jessica's presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the letter of support as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the letter of support that, as presented by Jessica Sutton. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
And Jessica, thank you.
Oh, perfect, thank you, appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Jessica. Alrighty, next is consider approval of pay application number 10 for the splash pad O project. Do we have it?
You just catch all kinds of grief.
Alright. We're whittling down the total on the pool, to like maybe I think there's one left after this, and we will hold on it until all items of the punch list have been completed. We've done several, walks. We were there, prior to, I think it was not last week, but the Wednesday before, and met with Dan Hill Construction and E.L. Robinson. Todd was there from representing E.L. Robinson and myself. Peggy was there, she takes the notes for our meetings and things. Because we had opened up, and then there were some issues that happened after opening up that we were very, that I was frustrated why these were happening. So we did a emergency meeting with them to get them on track. Again, this will be, probably the last pay application before the final, which will not be paid to them until everything has been, taken care of on the punch list. So this payment due now is $71,950.56. So, I'm asking for a motion to approve pay application number 10.
6600. I'll make a motion to approve pay application number 10 for the pool splash pad project in the amount of $71,950.66 to be taken from the Cole Severance.
All right, so motion on the floor is to, approve the pay application number 10 for pool flashlight project, the amount of $71,950.66 to be taken from Cole Severance Line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And, I'm gonna talk about that Cole Severance Line. That was something, again, that the county will probably be seeing going away because of the last coal mine in the county, going out of business. And that's taxes that we get off the coal that's, mined in the county. And since there's no coal mines now in the county, we will not have a coal severance line. So that, again, we had already budgeted that for our next, budget starting July the 1st, so that is gonna, hurt. Cause roughly we would get about $250,000 a year out of that line. So, again, we hope all those employees find a job, and all the suppliers and independent coal truck operators that worked, out of that area, so we wish them well. The pool's been doing very well. The days that hasn't rained and shut us down, we've seen over 300 people sign in on I think the busiest day was over 300 people. We're getting a lot of outside county residents take advantage of the pool. A lot of people from Tucker County coming over. So very good, use of the money, I feel. We have the splash pad. The last splash pad fixture was installed as the Rock Mountain slide for the kids. We were waiting for it. It's very big, slide that fits in there. The only other slide now is still we're waiting on is the kiddie slide, that was redesigned. We're still waiting on it. And then there's just some minor, not minor, there's some punch list items that I wanna get done as soon as possible before we submit the final payment. So, pool doing very well. Next item on the agenda is consider approval of the wage adjustment for the 911 center.
So you guys get a copy of the request from Shauna. It's for, pay adjustment for Ethan Kreitz to be effective on June 26th. He's now operating on the floor as a standalone telecommunicator. His current wage is $13, moving up to a new wage of $13.97, and it is covered by the current budget.
How's he doing?
It's doing good, doing real good. Real good. He's learned it, pretty quick, and it's doing good, so.
And you said the current year budget?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the wage adjustment for Ethan Kreitz as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the wage adjustment for Ethan Kreitz as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I think the last item on the
Thank
agenda
you.
is, consider approval of the West Virginia local government release form regarding the opioid litigation. You have it.
Thanks, sir.
All right, this is, where we've been asked, because we're in part of this opioid litigation that the Attorney General has been doing. This is an agreement that they reached with, who was this one with?
Is that Miley?
Mylan, and then there's another one on the
Is there
other
another one in
page.
there?
No, they're attached to each other.
Second page?
Yep.
Yeah.
So part of, our part of the opioid litigation, they're asking us, to sign these West Virginia local government collection and release forms. One is from Mylan Pharmaceuticals, and the other one is, pertaining to the election release form shall have signed in this agreement. So we have two here from the state's office. Do we have a motion to approve this is my signature on the forms?
I'll make a motion to approve the release form as presented.
Forms, so motion on the floor is to approve the release forms as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, do we have any final settlements or annual accountings? We have 5 final settlements. Do we have a motion to approve the 5 final settlements?
Make a motion to approve the 5 final settlements as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 5 final settlements as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Budget revisions?
Budget
All right, budget revision time, we're going into the, end of our budget cycle. So we put out an email a couple times, right, to make sure that if anybody has any budget revisions to submit them before this last meeting,
I think we got the message.
and I think we've got them. So the first budget is an in-house budget revision from the sheriff. Is to adjust his GHSP listed as the DUI grant line. And it's, in the amount of $9,669.82. So do I have a motion to approve the in-house budget, this in-house budget for the sheriff?
I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget for the sheriff as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the first in-house budget for the sheriff in the amount of $9,669.82. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You might want to do those as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of them for sure.
No. Really?
All right, we have, next in-house budget revision is for magistrate court costs, rent, and we're increasing the rent line, $3,645, and decreasing the court phone line by that amount. So do I have a motion to approve the in-house budget revision for the magistrate court?
Make a motion, to approve the in-house budget revision for the magistrate court as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the magistrate court as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We have one from Michael, this is probably, if we need to take a lesson from Michael Parker. I think this is the only in-house budget, any budget revision we've received this whole entire year from Michael Parker. And it's $5,000. So do we have and he's taking, he's increasing his, fringe equipment line and, he's increasing his administration costs, his FICA, training, equipment line, and longevity by $5,000, and he's taking it from his fringe, equipment maintenance, and travel line. So do we have a motion to approve Michael Parker's one and only in-house budget revision?
I'll make a motion to approve Michael Parker's one and only in-house budget revision for the year as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve Michael Parker's one and only in-house budget revision. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So do I get bonus points? I don't think I've given you one.
Yeah, because you save us all kinds of money. All right, next, look, sheriff, in-house budget revision. We just did that one. So look, if I had done that, that'd have been twice.
You wanna make sure it went through.
It's the same, no, it's different.
See, one of them's on 2 pages.
Adjust to, this is one, is an in-house budget to adjust his, 075, expense line. He's taking money from his contract services, 1404, and from his equipment and increasing his equipment and investigation line. So do we have a motion to approve this in-house budget revision for the sheriff to adjust his fund 075 expense line?
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's second in-house budget revision as presented.
All right, we have another in-house budget revision, from the sheriff to distribute shares from the forfeiture, for the task force. We're looking at increasing his forfeited property line, $9,598. We have a motion to approve this in-house budget to distribute shares from the forfeiture per task force fund.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's third in-house budget revision as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the sheriff to distribute shares from the forfeiture task force line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next in-house budget revision comes from the sheriff, adjustment to the jail bill expense line. We're looking at, taking, money from the jail training, $3,621, and jailer, and increasing his jailer uniform line by that same amount, $3,621. Motion on the floor to approve this in-house budget revision for the sheriff to adjust his jail expense line.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's fourth in-house budget revision as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the sheriff to adjust his jail expense line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'm glad you didn't ask for 3 emails, one of those.
I'm just going to look through and knock all yours out at one time, so we keep everything the same.
Yeah, that will keep solid counting straight.
I don't wanna get off count.
Maybe up to 4.
Probably one more of those.
No, you got more than that. You got 2 more. All right. In-house budget revision for the sheriff to adjust his law enforcement expense line. He's taken from his auto maintenance line and his software, increase in software line, decrease in software to auto maintenance line, $1,000. Motion to approve the in-house budget revision to adjust his law enforcement expense line.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's 5th in-house budget revision as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the sheriff to adjust his law enforcement expense line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The last one from the sheriff, in-house budget revision, when the JJP expense lines were created, a budget was never entered in for those pro lines. The purpose of this revision to add the missing budget information. So all we're doing there is, well, it's not, it's $34,089. So we have a motion to approve this in-house budget revision for the sheriff.
Make a motion to approve the sheriff's 6th in-house budget revision as presented.
This is for the match wasn't entered in, the grant match. All right, so, motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the sheriff, his last one for the JJ expense line. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Thank you.
Can we do a little bit?
I gotta take my shoes off here in a second. I'm starting to get up.
All right, in-house budget revision for, emergency services, contract services, they're taking out of their, $2,000 out of that line, service train line, $100, increasing EM service utilities and auto repair and maintenance, $100. So, in-house budget revision for $2,100. Do we have a motion to approve that one?
Which one's that?
EM,
Emergency
emergency management.
management. I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget revision for emergency management as presented.
Motion for us to approve the $2,100, in-house budget for EM. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We have, in-house budget, revision for reallocation of funds, 4-H administrative costs, $50, increasing it, taking it from longevity pay. Motion to approve the in-house budget revision for the 4-H, adjustment, reallocation of funds.
I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget revision for the 4-H as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the reallocation of funds for the 4-H. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
EM services again, this is different. EM service utilities increase $1,500, auto repair $85 increase, taken from the contract services $15,850. Again, in-house budget revision for EM services.
I'll make a motion to approve the, 2nd emergency management in-house revision as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the EM, in-house budget revision of reallocation of funds for $15,850. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Dog warden, decreasing the supply line, increasing longevity, cell phone, and administrative costs by $170. So we do have a motion to improve the in-house budget revision, reallocation of funds for the dog warden.
I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget revision for the dog warden as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the dog warden's, in-house budget revision of $170. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We have one for the VOCA benefits adjustment, $3,400. Do we have a motion? It's an in-house budget revision. Motion on the floor do we have a motion to approve, that in-house budget revision for the VOCA benefits adjustment?
I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget revision for the VOCA adjustment.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for the VOCA benefits adjustment in the amount of $3,400. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
If I'm not mistaken, that might be Michael Parker's second one.
No.
Is it looking on him?
No. In-house budget revision for the reallocation of fund. Courthouse contractual, taking $116,868 and moving it to courthouse facility improvement, $116,868. So, motion on the floor to approve the in-house budget revision of reallocation of the fund of $116,868 for the courthouse line.
I'll make a motion to approve the in-house budget as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision of reallocation of funds for the courthouse, $116,868. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Two more.
One from Kathy that's stapled together, she said not to take it apart, I don't know.
This one, so this one has a bunch of them in there.
Yeah, she said keep it all together.
It's just the first page, like when she puts it in the system, she'll need the accounts on
Oh, I
the
got it.
attached pages
Alright.
though.
Where she's taking the money from.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have this is state budget. We have, last is 2 state budget revisions, and, this one is to decrease courthouse contractual 17,155 and increase, county communications 1,000, sheriff advertising. Oh, this is for you. This is for you. Advertising, we're giving him 5,075, we're giving,
Statutorily required.
we're also giving, a person to be not named prosecutor, 9,000 in insurance and wage line 2,000. So the total in this, in state budget revision is 17,155. So state budget revision is a roll call vote, so Commissioner Kiesling, aye, Commissioner Seiler,
Aye.
Commissioner C.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Last state budget revision, hotel motel, $200,000. What's going on with that?
We have more in the account than we do in the budget.
Oh, I like that. All right, so this is to help, get everything in line, so we're increasing, hotel motel by $200,000. State budget revision, Commissioner Kiesling, aye, Seiler,
Aye.
C.
Aye.
All right, last, that's all of that.
17 or 16.
About time to put that budget to bed. Division of properties, erroneous assessments.
7 in this stack.
We have 7 erroneous assessments. So we have a motion to approve the 7 erroneous assessments.
I'll make a motion to approve the 7 erroneous assessments as presented.
50 in that.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 7 erroneous assessments as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We have 50,
For a
exonerations.
different year, that's why they're separated.
All right, so we have a motion to approve the 50 exonerations on this pile.
50 exoneration, erroneous.
Erroneous assessments, sorry.
Alright, I'll make a motion to approve the 50 erroneous assessments as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 50 erroneous assessments as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Distressed properties? Fire fee adjustments?
I think there are 15.
15.
Motion on the floor. Do we have a motion to approve the?
Yeah, make a motion to approve the 15 fire fee adjustments as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 15 fire fee adjustments as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Payment of the bills.